Kristin Chenoweth's voice isn't just a sound, it's a signature. That unmistakable soprano, equal parts power and precision, has lit up Broadway stages, Emmy-winning television shows, and now a roaring basketball arena. When she stepped onto center court at Paycom Center to sing the national anthem before Game 7 of the NBA Finals, it wasn't just a musical moment. It was a homecoming, a celebration of a girl from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, who climbed to the peak of performing arts yet never lost sight of where she came from. A girl who once dreamed in small-town theaters and now sings on the biggest stages in the world, literally and figuratively. Kristin Chenoweth was born Kristy Dawn Chenoweth on July 24, 1968, in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, where she was adopted at just 5 days old. From the beginning, her adoptive parents nurtured her curiosity and supported her artistic talents. As a child, she sang in church, performed in local pageants, and stunned anyone who heard her voice. She was small in stature, barely 5 feet tall, but even at a young age, her voice filled rooms and turned heads. She attended Oklahoma City University, where she studied musical theater and opera. There, she earned both her bachelor's and master's degrees in voice, laying the foundation for a vocal technique that would become world famous. While many performers break into the business through luck or connections, Chenoweth's journey was one of pure skill, education, and relentless dedication. It wasn't long before Broadway came calling. Her breakout came in 1999 with her Tony Award-winning performance as Sally Brown in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. In that role, she played the energetic, neurotic younger sister of Linus and stole every scene with her comic timing and vocal brilliance. She quickly became one of Broadway's most beloved new faces, but the best was yet to come. In 2003, she originated the role of Glinda, the Good Witch in Wicked, a role that would define her career and introduce her to a new generation of fans. Playing opposite Idina Menzel's Elphaba, Chenoweth's Glinda was a blonde, bubbly, slightly vain sorceress with a big heart. Her performance in Wicked became iconic. From the soaring high notes of Popular to the emotional punch of Thank Goodness, Kristin's portrayal of Glinda set a new bar for Broadway excellence. Though she didn't win the Tony that year, her influence was undeniable. As her theater career soared, Chenoweth also found success in television. She had a memorable arc on The West Wing as Annabeth Schott, and a starring role in the critically acclaimed but short-lived series Pushing Daisies, for which she won an Emmy in 2009. Her role as Olive Snook, a lovelorn waitress with a heart of gold, showcased her comedic chops and musical talent, as the show frequently allowed her to sing. Other TV appearances included Glee, GCB, The Good Wife, and more. She also voiced characters in animated shows and starred in numerous holiday specials. Kristin's film career included a variety of roles, from quirky comedies like RV with Robin Williams to heartfelt family films and romantic dramas. She never limited herself to one genre or medium. Whether it was Broadway, television, film, or concert stages, she brought the same spark, precision, and sincerity. She also became known for her live concerts, selling out venues around the world. Whether at Carnegie Hall or the Hollywood Bowl, her shows blended musical theater classics, gospel, country, and even opera, with humor and personal storytelling. She connected with audiences not just through her music, but through her candid, down-to-earth personality. Her concerts often felt more like heartfelt conversations between songs. What made Kristin Chenoweth so enduring wasn't just her voice, it was her vulnerability. She's spoken openly about her struggles, including dealing with Meniere's disease, a disorder that affects the inner ear and balance. She shared her faith journey, her gratitude for being adopted, and her commitment to using her platform to support causes she believes in, from LGBTQ+ rights to arts education. But no matter how far she soared, she never forgot her roots. That's why her return to Oklahoma for the NBA Finals meant so much, not just to her, but to the state itself. On June 22, 2025, Kristin stepped onto the hardwood floor of Paycom Center in Oklahoma City to sing the national anthem before a sold-out crowd. It was Game 7 of the NBA Finals, with the Oklahoma City Thunder facing off in one of the most anticipated matchups in the league's history. For Kristin, a lifelong Thunder fan, it was more than a gig. She had followed the team for years, often seen courtside or tweeting encouragement after tough games. She once joked that she'd bedazzled her Thundercap herself, by hand, for over 3 hours. Her fandom wasn't performative, it was real. And that night, under the arena lights, standing on the emblem of her favorite team, she poured her heart into the Star-Spangled Banner. Her rendition was pitch perfect, elegant, emotional. There were no vocal gymnastics or over-the-top stylings, just clarity, respect, and reverence. The crowd was electric. Her voice soared through the building, uniting thousands of fans with every note. It wasn't just a performance. It was a shared moment of pride between an Oklahoma girl and her home state. In interviews afterward, she called it one of the greatest honors of her life. She spoke with humility, calling herself a fan before a singer that night. But anyone watching knew it was more than fandom. It was full-circle magic. In recent years, Kristin has focused more on mentorship and giving back. She launched the Kristin Chenoweth Arts and Education Fund and created Broadway Boot Camp, an intensive workshop for aspiring performers held in her hometown of Broken Arrow. The program brings in Broadway professionals to train young talent and focuses not just on performance, but on character and leadership. She's also continued to perform and release albums. Her recent projects have ranged from holiday albums to gospel-inspired records, each showcasing her versatility in connection to her musical roots. She even authored 2 books, including a memoir titled A Little Bit Wicked, which offered a candid, humorous look at her life in show business. Despite her many accolades, a Tony, an Emmy, a Hollywood Walk of Fame star, and even a place in the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, Kristin remains disarmingly humble. Her social media is filled with silly selfies, fan shout-outs, and heartfelt messages about life, faith, and music. Her ability to balance glamour with authenticity is what endears her to fans across generations. Whether dazzling on a Broadway stage, lighting up a sitcom, or belting the anthem in an NBA arena, Kristin Chenoweth remains a rare kind of performer. Not just talented, but rooted. Not just famous, but relatable. Her story reminds us that greatness can come from small towns, that hard work can turn dreams into reality, and that no matter how high you fly, there's always power in going home. So when she sang that anthem on Game 7 night, it wasn't just about the notes. It was about the story of a girl from Oklahoma who believed she could be anything and became everything. A soprano who became a symbol, a Broadway legend who stayed a Thunder fan, a national star who still says y'all with pride, and most of all, a performer whose voice continues to uplift, unite, and inspire. Kristin Chenoweth's journey is far from over. She'll return to Broadway this fall, starring in the highly anticipated production of The Queen of Versailles, a role that will undoubtedly show yet another layer of her dramatic skill. But wherever she goes next, whether it's another album, another award, or another anthem, one thing's for sure, she'll carry Oklahoma with her, and Oklahoma, in turn, will always celebrate her as one of its brightest lights.